Okay, roll call. Who's going to do the roll call? Who's going to do the roll call?
Chairman Buys. Absent. Commissioner Danford.
Here.
Commissioner Ham. Absent. Commissioner Klett.
Here.
Vice Chair Nicholas.
Here.
Commissioner Spurna.
Here.
We have 4 present, 2 absent. We have a quorum, Madam Chair.
Okay. All right. I move that the Public Art Commission accept the agenda as presented and approve the minutes from the February 14th, 2022 regular meeting. You have a second?
I'll second that.
Commissioner Danford.
Yes.
Commissioner Klett.
Yes.
Vice Chair Nicholas.
Yes.
Commissioner Spurna.
Yes.
So moved, Madam Chair.
All right. Announcement of artwork. Do we have any artwork to discuss or show that was seen by any of the members of the commission? No. Okay. Public hearing. Is there anyone in the public that would like to speak? No? Then Diane, I guess it's your turn.
Hi, did we want to look at announcement of artwork, the Kelpies? Someone's, I think
Yeah,
Gretchen.
That's right. I did send the Kelpies.
Okay,
I
okay.
didn't know if anybody got it.
There you go. Did you
Yeah.
want to talk about this a little bit?
Other than what's, written down in there, it came up, I had some friends that had posted some things, and it turned out some of my British friends told me all about them and how beautiful they are. And one of the things I was liking about them was the massive size and how you can see them from far away, and that they're recognized across, many countries as these sculptures. They're also, at night, they light up and people can walk in and out of them. And again, with the roundabout coming up, I was thinking of that kind of monumental kind of sculptures that were sort of interactive, that you could see from far away, like the mountain. And so I thought they were a good representation of something like that.
When I saw these, that's the first thing I thought about, the roundabout.
Yeah.
These might actually be very interesting because I like the way it's lit.
But when it's lit up, I was really, when I went to go further research it, because the original photo that I saw was actually somebody just driving by them on the highway. And I'm like, what is that? And some friends chimed in and told me about them. But yeah, they really are gorgeous when they light up at night. And that's kind of, another thing with the roundabout is people are driving around it at night, and maybe having some kind of a light up thing would also help with safety a little bit.
Yeah. Nice. Very nice.
Thanks, just wanted to share.
Okay, so next, the public hearings. So Diane, you're going to do the presentation on our artist.
Okay, so this is just basically a PowerPoint that illustrates how we selected the artist, and also a little bit about the artwork of Trevor O'Toole, who is an artist from Tucson. And this is just a refresh of the area of the Dutchman Dog Park. And in a little bit, we'll have Liz talk a little bit about the opening of the dog park. So in terms of the selection process, we had 5 people. We had Liz and Ryan. We had an artist, Rebecca Ross. We had an arts administrator from the city of Glendale. She runs the arts and culture department. Her name is Moishkan Bahabzaba. And then we also had, what was the name of the Terrell Moore, who was on the Parks and Recreation Commission. And so their job was to basically review all of the 13 submittals. There were 13 artists living in 4 different states. A few of them from other states applied, even though it was very clear in the RFQ what we were looking for. It took quite a bit of time to go through all the images for the artist. But after 2 rounds, Trevor O'Toole was selected, as well as 2 alternates. If for whatever reason Trevor is not able to accept the contract or finish the contract, we automatically have a number 2 artist. And if that one doesn't work, and this has never happened in my experience, we have a number 3 artist, so that we're ready to go. I checked into all of the references that were supplied by Trevor, and they were extremely glowing. They had nothing but positive things to say about him, working with community, working in the budget, doing the job on time, thinking about all the considerations that are part of public art and this, location of the artwork. And I've notified him that he was selected, and he's very excited. He's already started filling in what he needs to do for exhibits as part of the contract. He's already been sending in insurance, so he's very eager to get going. Next steps, if you all approve Trevor to move forward, it will then go to City Council for approval. Then the artist will have the contract to sign. Once he does that, he's under contract. He's going to meet with stakeholders, and he will come up here, visit the site, talk with Liz, and talk with whoever else is attached to this project, and determine a site for the artwork. So here's a little bit of his past work. This is his play on Rodin's The Thinker. So it invites people to come and sit next to the elephant, next to this river in Waco, Texas. He also created this faceted bear made out of powder-coated stainless steel. And this is permanently sited at the Nixon Library in Yorba Linda. Okay, and the first slide you saw, there was a gathering of these deer. This is just one detail of that entire project, which is located in Marana. And this is a monument that he did, or a memorial for the city of Surprise in Arizona. And this was a project for, I believe it's like the Public Works Department or Water Department, also in the city of Surprise. And he worked with a local architectural firm to do this. And we have another one of his playful animals. So you can see he's used to doing animals.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the slide, and let's get out of that. And Liz, if you want to talk a little bit about serving on the panel and how that went.
It was very interesting. We had 13 artists ultimately that applied, that qualified for the project, and they were all excellent artists. I mean, every one of them was nice, and we had a lot of things to consider. Some of it was the scale of the art that they were used to doing. Some of it was just the type of work. Some of the work was a little more abstract, maybe. That'd be a good way to explain it. Or maybe the scale, the volume and the scale of the items were a little too large for what we were looking for. We liked his work because, not just because it's animals, but because we liked the way he's used to dealing with smaller communities. You saw Surprise, Marana, he's in those communities, so we felt he was a good fit for us. And also, when you saw his previous work, it looked like it was in an area that was similar to our area. The background was similar, and we thought by scale, it would be good. Also, it was playful. It looked like it would be substantial and it would last. There wasn't any danger of people getting hurt on it, and it would last in the desert environment. Again, you can see that he's used to doing that kind of work. So that's why ultimately he and two other artists were the ones that were selected. But hands down, he was the favorite, and it was really a nice experience to see all the different public art that's out there, and to see the variety of work that we saw. Again, some of it was like I said, the scale was a little too large for what we were looking for, but we felt that he was a good fit, and I hope everybody else feels the same. I think people are going to be happy with his work. I can't wait to see what he comes up with.
Okay, so Rudy, I think at this point we ask the commissioners for their approval to move forward with the artist.
That is correct. Normally, we would ask if anybody in the public would like to speak on the item, but since we don't have any public today, Madam Chair, I think it's appropriate to move to your motion.
Okay, would someone like to make a motion to accept Trevor O'Toole as the artist we're going to recommend to the City Commission to do the project?
Yeah, well, I move that the Public Art Commission recommend to the Apache Junction City Council the approval or denial of Trevor O'Toole, artist selected by the Artist Selection Panel to design public art for the Dutchman Dog Park.
Madam Chair, we we normally toss in approval/denial in case the commissioner,
So I don't repeat that?
you don't have to say denial if you don't want denial.
All right.
So I think you're recommending approval, I guess is what I'm trying to say?
Then
Yes.
change that to approval.
Thank
Yes,
you.
he's recommending. Okay, do we have a second?
I second.
Okay.
Commissioner Klett,
Yes.
Vice Chair Nicholas,
Yes.
Commissioner Sperna,
Yes.
Commissioner Danford.
Yes.
So moved, Madam Chair. This will move on to the City Council at, as soon as we schedule their public hearing.
All right.
Yay, first piece.
All right. So, the presentation and discussion of the status of the dog park and the public art fund. Are you going, who's going to be doing that? Liz, are you doing that,
Liz, is Langenbach going to do that?
or is Diane going to
Diane?
do it?
or-
Pardon? I think this is for Liz to talk a little bit about. This is the flyer.
So thank you, Liz Langenbach, Parks and Recreation Director for the city. And just wanted to share, and I'll be very brief. We had an awesome celebration event, had a great ribbon cutting on the 21st, and we had a soft opening of the dog park, and just saw a ton of people, especially at night. I will just say that I mean, it's a little warmer right now, but we've been having anywhere from 20 to 40 dogs at nighttime spread between, and really following the rules to the best that we could have expected. So we're really pleased with all of that. Our opening celebration was on the 30th, and we had about 400 people that came throughout the 8 to noon timeframe. And we had several agencies there, such as Animal Control, or Apache Junction Animal Control, the Pinal County Animal Control, as well as several shelters and rescue agencies that came and shared information. Really just a great event. We have heard a lot of positive, but I'd say that some of the things that folks have shared with us that we are definitely working on to, I'll say, improve. So again, shade is still a big thing. There, on one side, we have a lot of really mature trees. On the other side, we have a lot of new, fresh trees. And so we've shared, had we had this park anywhere else, there'd be no shade.
Right.
Because we'd be just barely growing trees. So we're very fortunate with the shade we have, but there will definitely be more shade in the next 3 to 5 years as those trees mature. We'll be also adding some other trees to areas where we feel that they can be. Benches was another major thing that we've heard from folks. The benches we have are all donated, so we'll be going out and doing another donation campaign. But our dog bone benches have been very well received. And then just a lot of just little feedback here and there about asking about rules. Our animal control office, their license sales went up 100% of where they were the week before, as well as where they were last year at this time. And so they're very pleased to see that folks are learning about licensing in our city as well as the county and complying. We've had, really a few grumblings, but for the most part, people have been very kind about that rule. The last thing that I just wanted to share with everybody is that our grass is not doing so well. So we had some problems with our controller. So it's not really about the grass, and it's not about the dogs. It's our controller had some issues off and on, and so they are repairing that. The nice thing for the city is that we are in a 90-day maintenance period with our contractor. So everything that is not working, they have to get it right, basically. And they have been wonderful to work with. So they are working with the landscape subcontractor to rectify. It just didn't get the water that it needed as it turned hot. I just would want to assure everybody in the public, though, that the city, as well as the contractor, is well aware of how much water needs to be on the grass. There were a few little glitches during a pretty hot time frame. So they're working on that, if anybody has noticed. Any questions or?
I just have to say that I've heard nothing but good comments about it.
Wonderful.
Tuesday night, I was at dinner with a friend, and they were like, "Oh my gosh, we went to the dog park. It was so wonderful. We had such a great time." I mean, I'm hearing nothing but positive comments, and it looks terrific.
Wonderful.
It really looks nice.
Thank you.
Really does.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks, Liz.
Okay, thank you.
I'd have brought the donkeys for the opening.
Rudy, I'm
but
going
they
to
don't
click
get
on
along with
this.
dogs. It's not the best.
All right.
I was volunteer, but.
Any new business?
Madam Chair, before we move on, there was also an attachment in your packets that just gives you the current budget for art projects. If I'm reading this correctly, I believe we have just over $78,000 in the account for public art. So it's just a quick informational item for you,
Awesome.
okay?
Because you know that will be the next question, when the art starts being installed.
Yes, yes. So the commission knows, and we'll also give council this little update as well.
It's awesome. Every time I ride by that development that's going up, I say thank you to them. I do. I point it out every time. That's the guy that. All right. Now any new business?
No new business this evening, Madam Chair.
Don't everybody jump at once.
Just one very quick item. As you know, Larry Kirch, our former Development Services Director, retired at the end of February, and I am the new Development Services
Oh,
Director.
welcome.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Awesome. Okay. Information and reports.
Nothing this evening, Madam Chair.
No, nothing. Director's report?
Nothing this evening, Madam
Nothing
Chair.
this evening. Okay, moving right along here. Call for future agenda items. Do everybody speak at once?
Nothing off the mark, off of our plan.
Okay. So, if that's the end of that, I'm going to move that the Public Arts Commission hold the regular meeting. The next meeting will be on June 13th, 2022 at 5:30 PM in the City Council chambers located at 300 East Superstition Boulevard.
Do we have a second?
I'll second that.
Commissioner Klett,
Yes.
Vice Chair Nicholas.
Yes.
Commissioner Spurna,
Yes.
Commissioner Danford.
Yes.
So moved, Madam Chair.
Okay. I think this has got to be the fastest meeting we've ever had. I move that we adjourn the meeting of the Apache Junction Public Arts Commission at, what do we have here, 5:49 PM? Second the motion?
Wow. Second that.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Vice Chair Nicholas,
It's done
Yes.
so fast.
Commissioner Spurna,
Yes.
Commissioner Danford,
Yes.
Commissioner Klett.
Yes.
So moved, Madam Chair.
All right.
Very good.
Well done.